trying to have a baby, and therefore I dated 100 men in a year. Don't judge me, please. Listen to the story fast. A 32-year-old woman from Beijing, known online as Bao Chuzi, has brought attention to the pressure women facing China to marry quickly after sharing her experiences from over 100 dates in 1 year. Girl, you are like, it's been a year since I don't date, you know? Like, yeah, almost, maybe. Her story has sparked a renewed debate about societal expectations surrounding marriage and motherhood. Bao Chuzi began her dating journey in late 2023 following a challenging period in her life. It's just so funny. Began her dating journey, you know? In China, it's like, okay, it's time to date. So first it's time to study, then it's time to go to university. And almost when you're over university, you are very stressed as well because you need to find a job in these stressful times. Before, maybe like 10, 20 years ago, it was not the case, because if you were allowed into, like accepted into university, it was for sure that you will find a job. I remember back in the day when I was studying in VLC2, Beijing Language and Culture University, I had these friends that were studying finance. Actually, it was not that uni, it was Beijing Caijing, which basically means Beijing Finance and Economics University. And those friends were quite relaxed about finding a job. They were pretty sure that they will get accepted, admitted in banks, or like just like in some financial institution. And they were quite okay to just, you know, the thing is in China, previous to uni, you are super stressed and you are overloaded with extracurricular activities in order to get accepted into university and to have good grades overall, all that jazz. Once you get into university, because I am talking from experience since I was myself a student from Shenzhen Uni, and by the way, something happened to me today, I'll tell you at the end of the video that it's so awkward. Anyway, shout out to Shenzhen Uni. And I found, and I also met all these friends in Shenzhen Uni who happened to tell me like, we are here, it's okay, since our stress is just previous to uni because we need to get accepted. Once we are in the university, everything is fine and relaxed. It's the most relaxing time for a student, like the life of a student is in the university, of a Chinese student, of course. Compared to others, let's say in Mexico, previous to university, everything is quite fine. Even being accepted is okay. It's not that hard. And once you're in university, things get harder. They like subjects and examinations and all that just gets to be a little bit difficult. And some of like my classmates, because previously I was studying also here in Mexico, previous to leaving to China, some of them got to fail exams and they had to redo years and all that, you know. So in China, somehow it works a little bit different. Like people is stressed before stepping a foot in university. Once they are in, all it's okay and relaxed. And as I was saying, maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, I was almost 20 years ago in Caijing Dashue, studying Chinese, when this girl was telling me she was all relaxed about finding a job after that because she was in a good university. Whereas the case now, I've heard from like YouTube videos or the news or like just people, I'm not sure whether it's true or not, that, you know, unemployment, at least from my side, because I have a trading company, somehow my employees have been telling me like times are hard in regards to like people sometimes are fired and companies are like somehow not making it, you know, like just bankrupt and people get fired. But the employment atmosphere might be a little bit different. Nonetheless, I just wanted to state this as a preview of how the pressure is quite different compared to us Westerners, that we really need to finish university and the university period is quite stressful and we will be quite worried about which job will we be taking. I mean, nowadays it's quite different, maybe a lot of people want to be influencers and YouTubers and all that jazz. When I was studying, these media careers didn't existed. And I guess now it's like, okay, I'm just going to make an Instagram account. I'm going to be this kind of person and I'm going to promote my products this way. But before, it was all like the old-fashioned way that you had to apply to a job and you have to have your, like, all your skills on point, etc. So her story sparked a renewed debate about societal expectations surrounding marriage and motherhood. She had recently lost both her job at a tech firm and her long-term boyfriend of 8 years. That's a lot of time to be with someone. To be honest, I haven't dated anyone that long. Like, my longest relationship was with this one man. I'm not going to say guy or boy or whatever. It's a man. When I was in Shenzhen, I met him in the market area, and our relationship lasted for about 2 years, and it was a long distance one because he was not living in China. He was just a businessman there, but somehow he fell in love with me and he pursued me, and I somehow also agreed to be with him. Things didn't work out, but nonetheless we were like having dates, like he will come and I'll see him. I was still in university, by the way, but that is so far my longest relationship, and that it was 10 years ago. Oh my god. Okay, so she broke up with her 8 years boyfriend and she was fired from a tech firm, which is very drastic, to stand up these two blows of life, who abruptly ended the relationship, the guy. This double blow left her reevaluating her life and future. Determined to move on, Bao Chu approached dating as both a personal journey and an observational study of different types of men. Okay. Over the course of the year, I guess that's just so very hard, guys. Like, whenever you are living an 8-year relationship, just to be going out with random strangers, because they are strangers, or not random, but like chosen or random or whatever, must be hard, I haven't lived such an experience of being with someone long term, and I don't want to be with someone long term. I want to be with someone that soon after we kind of match and we know, not in a romantic way, but in a very how to say, objective and conscious way, conscious decision. Sorry, my English. So where was I? By the way, my English has been improving, I guess, with time with these videos. If you have been watching, please let me know if it's like that or no. I still have that English. Okay, so over the course of the year, she dated a diverse range of individuals, including a finance professional and a musician, and even managed to go on 3 dates in one day. Oh, girl, you have to teach us how you do. Like, seriously? Now that I'm going to be back in China, because hopefully, guys, I'm going to be back in China for April. By the way, April is my birthday, too. And I want to, get some information, because here Latinas are so lost when it comes to dating. They just really romanticize the whole idea of, like, they just get stuck in dating and they don't pass through that. And so they have the babies and all that jazz with the boyfriend, which somehow doesn't make it to the cutoff of being like the husband, because he decides to not make it that far, and it's just like that. So I love some of the principles that Chinese state for dating, which dating is just a kind of preparation for the marriage, or like you're dating in order to marry. Dating for marriage. So I am totally agree with that. Like, how to say, perspective of taking things, not like here, maybe more especially in the West or in USA or in Australia, I don't know. People take things more lightly. Like, if you go to apps, You will see like, what are you looking for, right? And some individuals are like, I don't know, but they are there. They're there, lost within themselves. Nonetheless, they are still there to get even like to to lose themselves even more, or not just that, but lose the one person that they will find, and that just becomes a little bit very toxic upon my own perspective, because I'm not that kind of very casual encounters or like anything just like, I don't know, so let's just hang out, let's just kiss and see what happens. There's no way I'll be in agree with such, very not driven and conscious directed relationships or decisions. So she went all out with all these guys, to the point of even going out with 3 men in one day. I'm just like, very what? So hopefully, maybe, can I make 3 days in one day? Maybe when I'm back in China, I'm gonna try if it's possible. This extensive dating experience, and by the way, I'm stopping by previous to that in Australia, and I really want to try my luck there. So what do you think? Who suits me better, an Australian or somewhere over China? I don't think a Chinese, but I'm thinking a foreigner in China. So you will see that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I should record my my dating, journey, but not like in the sense of, talking bad about anyone, but just my own reflections and thoughts regarding going out and stuff like that. Anyways, this extensive dating experience was not only about finding a partner, but also about understanding herself and what she wanted in a relationship. In a documentary by NetEase News that went viral in China on December 26, Bao Chuzi discussed her motivations for dating. While she expressed a desire to move past her previous relationship, she also made it clear that she wants to have a child before turning 35. So if now she's 32, therefore she's taking things that serious and in that fast pace. Like, okay, next, like 3 in a day, no, yes. Okay, she is 32, she must find the one, or the guy, or the husband, just to say it, because it might not be the one, who knows. But I just think it's in a mass production style of way that she's dating, and she will find it at 32. She will get married, she will get pregnant maybe, and will conceive at least at 33. She has just 2 years left, more or less. That is what she has of a time span. Despite the societal belief that women should aim to have children between the ages of 25 and 29, due to medical risk associated with later pregnancies, Bao Chuzi stated, I don't have any pressure to get married before a certain age, but I do want to have a baby before I'm 35. Give me a break, girl. Just come over to Mexico. Here you will have more than one easily. Even not like after... I mean, even before 35, you can have 2. Assured. Totally. I'll help you. I have my followers so thirsty for Chinese women, That sounded a little bit perverted, but it's the way it is. When asked about her thoughts on single women over 30, she emphasized that age should not restrict women from pursuing their goals. The point is, don't live a life of regrets, she advised, encouraging others to seek their own paths regardless of societal expectations. I guess I'm almost every day here talking in China about societal expectations, always like somebody else, and not just someone, like the collective expectation of what is that you have to do, or in which stage of life you should be in at that specific age. Otherwise you feel like a failure, and those that are successful also are not that much of a success, because they are quite into, let's say, we were speaking in that story yesterday, like heavily drinking alcohol in those meetings in order to get orders or clients, or heavily smoking in order to get into like the atmosphere of like a business atmosphere in China, and this and that. So it really depends, I guess those pressures there are quite awful compared to us. I feel quite relief living in the West that just now, not just because of being a woman, because if you're a man, you have your own burden there too. So guys, we are blessed. I'm not saying like it's bad to be them, but I don't think it should be very easy. Anyways, after a year of dating, Bao Chu has found a new boyfriend who she met in November. Reflecting on her experiences, she noted the importance of accepting failure in the realm of love. You can work hard on everything except for love. You cannot expect to be rewarded in love. Okay, so this girl worked hard in love too, like dating 3 guys in one day, dating 100 guys in a year to get to their objectives. She worked hard, compared to others, just like me here sitting. Sorry, guys. Sitting and talking. Maybe somebody's thinking about me. That's what we say here in Mexico. Okay, she shared highlighting the unpredictable nature of relationships. Public opinion online has been mixed, with some applauding Bao Chu for her candidness about her desires, while others criticized the societal pressures surrounding marriage. One Weibo user commented, "Work is more important than marriage. Women should be financially independent first." In contrast, another user praised Bao Chu for being proactive in her search for love. She was quite proactive, like really proactive. That kind of level that is like, oh my God, I don't know how to say it if it's goals, but if you want to get what you want to get, you just go and do it. And by the way, guys, in this doesn't state like, oh, she's just kissing and sleeping over in 100 dates. She's just getting to know people. And I don't know to which extent did she arrive nonetheless. Why not? It's just better to get to know as many as possible before that step, giving that step and just getting to know some or few or even one person that will make your whole marriage unstable, and you will fall out of love or out of unbalance. You will fall out of balance in your marriage because you find this affair. So I guess it's fine to go and meet as many as possible and find the best or the most suitable for you. Okay, so work is more important. Okay, guys, if you are saying work is more important, this is the whole idea, in China, there's this contradiction about like women want their independence, they want their money, they want their time, they want these things, they want their beautiful makeups or clothes or whatever. But then again, also, they blame women because they're working and they're busy, and they want them to have their own bag, their own money, but then again, they blame them. They blame them because they are too ambitious, or they want too many things, and they want to achieve something in order to feel like realized in life and confident enough to get a guy, or to have enough experiences to give that step. And then again, they just judge them that they are quite egoist and do not want to marry because they are living their lives. So like seriously, guys, I don't know, but I guess it's hard to get it all, like guys should just, how to say, help us to live a life of happiness and joy and pleasure without us being that stressed to get all that we need or want, because it's hard to have all that balance, like being a mom working at a business or a company, as well as being at the same time the wife. It's too demanding upon my own perspective. In contrast, another user praised Bao Chu for being proactive in her search for love. I think this woman is really cool. She's clear about what she wants and works hard for it, instead of waiting for a boyfriend to come to her. I totally agree with that, because I mean, it's not that she was promiscuous or anything. It's just like she was determined and very clear about what is that she wanted and what is that she didn't want. So therefore, she went on on all these dates and chose the best fit for her. Maybe she was chosen, whatever the case. And then there's this comment: a financial independent woman went on 100 free dates in 1 year until she found a man willing to cover all her expenses. I guess this sounds very like taken out of perspective. The point was not going on dates to get free stuff. The point was to meet a person that she will feel comfortable enough to share a life with. And if that perhaps would have happened at the person number 2, second person, that would be fine for her, you know. I believe every time when they have the chance, men will take things out of context. Nonetheless, you guys here can be thinking that as well, but I don't think the objective of the going on 100 dates was going on 100 dates, or perhaps it was, who knows, it doesn't state it very clear. Maybe it was like, I'm gonna go on 100 dates and I will realize for a year, I'm gonna give myself a year, and therefore I'm gonna just choose whoever, right? But I don't think it sounded like I wanna get as much as I can from them. I just want to meet someone that is suitable for me. That's what I get from the story. But you know, everyone gets what they want to get. It's just like myself, you know. I wouldn't say I'm just gonna go on these 50 dates, let's say, to find the right person. I will also try to go, I guess, the fewer the better, because I don't want to go and get the talk of like, who are you, who am I, you know, all this thing that you have to go to the process each and every time. That'll be very draining. And yeah, so that is what I think. And what is that, you guys, what are your thoughts regarding this story? Of course, it's not about the more the better. But since you don't find a person that you feel comfortable enough to just give that person a chance, or you don't sometimes somehow idealize this person in your future, you have to keep going. If it's 100, then it was 100. Maybe it's 10 or 5 or 3 or 50. Who knows, right? Like, how many girls you have met all through your life that even though you were not dating them, you met them, let's say, at school or at work, and you have these encounters, so therefore you realize it, this one is not for me, so therefore I'm not gonna go further into like a cafe with her or a dinner. So you have the chance to meet people throughout your life, and although it's not considered like dating, but it's considered like we kind of match it somehow in a situation, in a job position, and therefore I just step away because it was not for me. I didn't feel comfortable with this person to go further, so I just keep meeting people around life. In my case, like when I was in China as well, I met some people, some guys that will how to say, not pursue, but like will kind of be very kind with me because somehow they liked me, but I was not into them, so I will not even let them to take me to dinners or whatever, because I was not interested at all. So I will very clearly state it from the beginning, not even saying anything, but just like the line was very clear to not be crossed in a way to, I'm not interested in them inviting me to dates, or like this comment says, like getting all free stuff, because I will not feel comfortable with the person. I guess I'm a very straightforward woman or person, so you can clearly see that I'm very sincere, and I could not be with someone that I feel annoyed or disgusted by just kissing that one person or holding his hand in order to get that free dinner or whatever. That's just not for me, guys. Therefore, I have been working until now. Maybe a better choice would have been to, anyways, it was not like that. I guess there is a person and that's it. Leave me your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoy it, as well as be welcome to support me. Buy me a coffee, 2 or 3. Kisses from Mexico with love.